WXII 12 News at 6 starts right now.
Well, something that seemed impossible is now just 48 hours away. NASCAR returning to its roots at North Wilkesboro Speedway for the All-Star race.
For the last quarter century, the track was empty since NASCAR legends like Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon crossed the finish line in 1996 for that final race.
Now 27 years later, here we are. We have Cup cars on the track. This is the Pit Crew Challenge that you can probably hear going on behind me here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. That'll determine positions for the heat races, which will determine positions for the big one, the All-Star race, and qualifying on Sunday. A lot to get to here in our final half hour of news here at 6 o'clock. Good evening from North Wilkesboro Speedway. A lot of people, they've compared this to the Field of Dreams. They didn't think this was ever going to happen, but they are here, and that's why so many fans are here, so excited to step back into a time machine and go back to maybe when they were little children with their parents. Now they are the parents with their own children, taking in an exciting weekend of racing. We want to begin our team coverage tonight with Sports Director Lauren Walsh. Lauren, we heard from some drivers today, and this is going to be a track unlike anything else they've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Kenny. The track has been buzzing all week, and these Cup Series drivers are eager to get out and race on that surface. So they got a little sample of it today. They had some practice laps out there, and certain drivers maybe intelligently signed up for things like the Cars Tour, the ASA All-Star race earlier this week. We saw some of them on the track Wednesday. Guys like Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, even Chase Elliott all ran really well, and it's kind of a little preview for them. Now, Kevin Harvick, he's an interesting one because he has a little bit more experience on this track than some of those other drivers. Terry Parsons told me Kevin Harvick was the first Cup Series driver to come here and test at North Wilkesboro. That was about a decade ago when they were trying to get the track back up and running and in commission. Harvick also raced Wednesday night. He was out there practicing, all getting ready for that difficult and challenging surface Sunday.
So I think everybody's looking forward to racing on this style of asphalt that they don't produce this asphalt anymore. So when you can see the shiny rocks and the grayness of the asphalt, I think that makes all the drivers excited.
Yeah, a lot of excitement among these drivers, including William Byron. We'll hear from him coming up in sports and why he prefers tracks like this one, a short track with a ton of history on a really special weekend. Live at North Wilkesboro Speedway, I'm Lauren Walsh. Back to you, Kenny.
Lauren, thank you very much. Of course, all the Cup drivers are here, the biggest names in the sport currently, and a really, really cool thing happened just a few hours ago. We happened to be there. We're lucky enough to capture it. They recreated that famous picture from 1996 here just a short time ago. All of the Cup Series drivers posed for a picture right at the start-finish line with fans behind them. So if you have on the top of the screen here, you have the biggest names in the sport currently, and on the bottom, that was the field on that day, the final race in 1996. Unbelievable scene. The top 10 that day, listen to these names: Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Burton, Terry Labonte, Rick Mast, Ricky Rudd, Bobby Hamilton, Mark Martin, and Rusty Wallace. That was your top 10 back then, and that is certainly a trip through memory lane. Now, a North Carolina band is going to be performing a song this weekend. That's one of the many musical aspects of racing returning here to North Wilkesboro. Our Louis Tran caught up with someone in the band and tells us a little bit about their hit song that got its start on YouTube, of course. The song is called Carolina Moonshine. Here's Louis with that story.
Matt Dillon is from Walnut Cove, and his passion for NASCAR started at a very young age. And as the sport evolved, he wanted to remind fans where his passion started: North Wilkesboro Speedway.
I'm gonna tell you a story about where I'm from, about a legal whiskey and how stock car racing begun.
Independent entertainer Matt Dillon is singing Carolina Moonshine, the history of NASCAR.
I felt like that NASCAR had kind of moved away from its roots. And it was important to me to write a song that kind of reminded folks this is where it started.
Good old boys out having some fun, going head to head on a midnight run. A stock car, a man racing for his life. It all started with a batch of Carolina Moonshine.